What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down what all great wide receivers do. Today we're going to be talking about how to be physical off the line, how to eliminate steps at the top of the route, and how to drop your hips, and also how to make your releases look the exact same in certain situations, and how to accelerate off the line, okay? And guys, if you're a receiver and you want me to take a look at your film, you want me to break it down just like this, whether it's practice film, you just running routes, or actual game film, check out that link in the description that says submit your film for a film breakdown. Break it down just like I break down film on this channel. Let's get started. Hope to get you guys signed up on that soon. So the first thing we're going to be looking at here is this he's going to be running this quick out route, right? And he's going to be kind of going off this little hesitation move. Then he's going to go right, left, right, and put the brakes on, kind of like a reverse diamond, right? So when we work a diamond release, it's 3 hard steps to the outside, right? So now we're mainly focusing on what all great receivers do, and they're not afraid of contact. That's the first thing that we're going to be talking about here. They are not afraid of contact. They're not afraid to get physical. So you see when he goes here and he takes 2 hard steps to the inside, right? Off the line of scrimmage, if you can get a DB and turn his hips one way and commit, because there comes a point where he has to stop shuffling and will actually have to run with you. And if you do your job with your pad level like Claypool does here in this clip, if you could be here and be physical and be able to get hands off of him, right? You see where he's attacking the back of that shoulder. That's a point of control. He's not afraid for this guy to hit him, right? He's not afraid for this guy to get hands on him. Especially you smaller receivers, you can't be afraid of what a DB is going to do in terms of get hands on you. You got to be physical, can't be afraid of it, swat him by, and then you see when we're able to swat him by, when his hips are going this way and his momentum's going this way, and you get his hands off of you, because I'm not afraid of contact. I'm a physical receiver off the line. His hips will lock out or he'll be off balance. And you see he falls to the ground in this situation, so I can pump my arms and I can continue to run out of this break. That's a great job here by Claypool. It's something that all great receivers can't be afraid of. They can't be afraid of contact off the line. You see guys in the league and college who are successful, they're working their feet, but they're also working their hands. A lot of people get caught up in moving their feet. Then I'm going to work my hands. It's about doing it at the same time. I'm working a release. I'm going like this reverse diamond, 3 hard steps to the inside, trying to cross his face. As I'm breaking, I'm working my hands. I'm not breaking, then swatting my hands. It's going to make it easier for him to react. Can't be afraid of that contact. Can't lean back. Good pad level and be physical. Let's watch it full speed one more time. Hesitate, 1, 2, 3, swat him off, then accelerate out. Great job here by Claypool. So now what we're going to be talking about is eliminating steps at the top of like a curl or a dig route, okay? So now, here's the thing about steps at the top of the route. So we're going to be looking at Judy here. And you guys have probably seen this clip before because I like to use this clip, but we haven't really talked about it like this. You see how when he's here, he's getting out of this curl 1, 2, 3, and he's running out of it, okay? Now, everybody makes this seem like it's so easy to get out of this break in 3 steps, right? Because it's not an easy thing to do. And what a lot of people think is that, they could get away with, they do it easily because they slow down right into the break. And that's the hard part, and that's the issue. Because believe me, I would rather have you take 5, maybe 6, 7, well, not 7, that's too much, but like 5 steps at the top of the route, which is, I think, realistic for, anybody who struggles with this, then you slow down and take 3. Because the reason why this all works for Judy is because he's able to get speed into it, 1, 2, 3, and he's out of it, right? So he doesn't slow down, right? Here he doesn't lean back with his pad level. He stays going forward, and when he snaps down, I want you to see what he does with his chest. His chest goes over his knees, right? So that's the main key here. The main key is you want to go forward, but here's the thing. How you eliminate steps at the top of this route is, 1, you got to go fast into it. That's probably going to be, it's going to be harder to go fast into it and get in 3 steps, and that's why repetition is so important. I want to stress that because it's not an easy thing to do to be able to pivot, because you see what he does here to get his hips turned. It's all about how fast can you get your hips down back on this 45. And how he does that is on his second step, he pivots. So you want to think of it as you want to be snap, then pivot. And then that 3rd step has got to hook around, and that 3rd step is what's going to push him back to this ball. He's going to be pushing off that 3rd step. You see how he's here? He's pushing, he's ripping his arms, and he's getting out of there so he can run back to the ball. But if you're here, and let's say you don't pivot with this foot and that foot stays facing forward, it is going to be impossible to get out of there in less than 5 steps. It will not happen. You will absolutely have to take 5 steps if this second step is pointed forward. But because he pivots, he puts him in a position to where his hips can get back down the line. Then he could hook around with this 3rd step, and that drives him out. His arms don't stop, which also helps him run out of this break. So we got to make sure that I pivot here. You got to make sure that your arms keep moving, and your arms got to run you out of there, and that 3rd step has to hook. If that 3rd step doesn't hook, and you try to be on your toes and you try to stand tall, you're going to take extra steps. It's going to be like you're running full speed, then you slow down, then you run full speed again. again, you're not going to create any energy. This right here, it's all about creating energy and eliminating time at the top of the break, right? This is a great job by Judy being able to be out, but I think the main thing is snap, then pivot, then hook. And if you take 5 extra, at least because you pivoted, your hips are going to be down this break. I would rather have that. Rather have you take 5 steps with you pivot and you get your hips down fast and you could actually be out of this thing 2 little extra steps rather than slow down and then let the DB react on you. You got to be fast. You got to drop your hips on a dime and then worry about the extra steps. But the stem, selling vertical, and you snapping down is what comes first. And that pivot is a great way to eliminate extra steps. So it's just snap, pivot, hook, and those steps are as powerful as you can go. You don't want to be soft with those steps, because if you're soft with those steps, what's going to happen is you're going to drift back up field and you're not going to come tight down on this 45. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If any of that doesn't make sense, please feel free to ask. Don't hesitate to ask. So when he comes out here, just going to be snap, pivot, drive. That's it. Out of there in 3, snap, pivot, drive, but don't slow down. Keep your speed into this break. So now we're going to talk about Beasley here. Great thing that wide receivers do. All the greats, they're able to drop their hips right on a dime, right? From Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, some of the old school greats. You look at a lot of old school guys, Marvin Harrison, and a lot of the greats today, like Julio Jones, they're all able to drop right on a dime. So we're going to look at this clip. You see how he's here, hips, and be able to just sink his hips, but it's not sinking, it's violently dropping, okay? So anytime we want to change direction and we're going full speed, a lot of people try to lean back right here with their chest and their steps get real choppy, okay? And you might not even feel yourself do it, but you got to get in the habit of being able to drop your hips violently, snapping down or just sinking down, but not doing it slow and not popping up. So you see when Beasley's here, he's running full speed trying to sell this slant route, right? Trying to draw this DB in. Now, the only way I change direction, go full speed, we talked about it, is his hips. You see how much his hips drop. It's just 2 quick steps, snapping those hips down. He's bringing that chin to his knees, got great shin angles to take him back out on this whip route, but that's not the point of this, right? We're just talking about that great receivers are able to drop their hips on a dime. So if you can't drop your hips here, you're maybe not as explosive. I would suggest working on your explosiveness, okay? I have a workout plan that I offer for speed and explosiveness, right? If you want that info, please don't hesitate to ask me. But we got to get explosive with my lower half, explosive with my hips, being able to drop, and that's what will shoot me back out on this thing, okay? We got to be able to drop my hips, because especially if I'm running a stop route, you watch Keenan Allen, he's another great receiver that does this. You watch anybody who's a great route runner, they're all able to run full speed, and they use their hips to stop them. They don't slow down. They don't chop their steps. They drop their hips as violent as they can, and that's what gets them out of a break. Let's watch this thing again, full speed. So he's coming out here, drop. As violent as you can, get out of this thing. That's a great route here by Beasley. Okay, so now we're going to talk about acceleration off the break, right? So Diggs is going to be working this little hesitation, 1, 2, 3 steps to the outside on this diamond release, get this DB to turn his hips, and he's running a slant. Okay, so let's watch it full speed. So he's here, 1, 2, 3, get him to turn those hips. But the main thing I want to talk about is what do we do when a DB plays it well? And this is something that all great receivers do and that young receivers neglect, because nobody puts a stress on this when they coach it. So he's going to be coming off, hesitate, give him this 1, 2, right? That's not the point of this. Now he's going to take 3 hard steps to the outside. So his first step is selling vertical, commits his shoulders, commits his hips. He's a vertical threat. Now he breaks this off, right? And what does he do? He swats that elbow. So he's swatting that point of control. Now, anytime I work a diamond release, anytime I work something where I got to get this DB off this platform, then I break to the inside, or some cases where you break to the outside. He's going to be wanting to speed turn out of there, because that's what they're taught to do. And he does not play this thing bad, but even with a speed turn from a DB, receivers, we know where we're going. We should be able to get separation every single time. And how we do that is my acceleration off the break. When he puts that 3rd foot in the ground here, he's ripping this right arm through, and he's pumping those arms, driving those knees, driving those legs to make sure he accelerates out of the break. Because when we're here in this position, it's all about continuing to keep that separation, because he sped turn out of there, so he's in a good position to make this play, but he still doesn't know where we're going, and we still got the advantage off the line. So if I pump my arms and I drive my knees, drive my feet, and I really drive out of that break, and I explode off of my plant leg, there's no way that he's able to stop that if I take care of what I need to take care of. The quarterback puts in a good spot, right? He will always be a step behind us, because he's playing one of the hardest positions on the field, right? It's tough to play DB, especially against a receiver who knows what he's doing. But how we we get separation off the line, but how we keep separation is by accelerating off the break, and that's something a lot of great wide receivers do. Let's watch it again one more time. Diggs does not make this catch if he doesn't accelerate out. He doesn't do it because if he's just cruising off the break, oh yeah, I got his hips to turn, you just start jogging like everybody loves to do 7-on-7, 1-on-1s. He's just going to get blown up by this guy because DB's got great technique, speed turns out of there. He's in a good position to make a play on this ball, but because we accelerate out, that's what maintains the separation, and that's what gets him open. So let's watch this thing again. So here, 1, 2, 3, pump those arms and run out of there. Great job by Diggs. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions, please leave those in the comments. If you want me to take a look at your film as well, check out that link in the description that says submit your film for a breakdown. I'll see you guys next time.